Good morning. Okay, so we are gonna do our little succulent down here today. I haven't opened my windows yet. Let's get some extra light in here. We are having a very rainy day here. Okay, so we're gonna use the 3834 and 561. Okay, so we're gonna do some split stitch. Let's see how it goes. So normally, if you're going to do a split stitch as a filler, like to fill in a space, a split stitch is normally used for outlining, but if you're going to use it as a filler, you can. Normally you would outline it and then fill it, but because we're going to do some purple on the edges, so we are not going to outline first. Okay, so split stitch, normally use fewer strands. I'm going to use 3 and see how it goes. Okay, I think I'm going to try and just finish like one section and see how long that takes. And then if there's time, I'll work on another. But I just want to get like one full one done. This stitch takes a little bit longer. So we'll see if we can get through more than one. Okay, so split stitch. I would normally start at the bottom and work my way up, but because of like the satin stitch below it, I'm going to start up and move down. I'm just going to start in the middle, and we're just going to do like halfway down. And then when we come back up, we're going to come up inside that stitch and kind of split those threads apart. And then go down. Okay. So split stitch is done in lines. So I'm just going to put some lines in here, and then I'm going to go back and fill it in. I mean, you could do them kind of like a satin stitch and just do them like one line after another if you wanted to. Oh my gosh, I have a knot back here. Hang on. There we go. Okay. This thread is going to give me troubles today. Okay, and then once you get to your edges, just make sure you're staying on your line. And there's not a lot of space to do like splitting those stitches, so I'm just going to do a few like satin stitches just to kind of fill that in. But I like the texture that a split stitch gives instead of just like a satin stitch. Forgot to turn off my alarm again. So you could also do this with just 2 strands instead of 3 strands. It's pretty common to use fewer strands, to use 2. And then as I get to this edge, I'm just gonna throw in some satin stitches over on the edge. I mean, I can split them as I work my way up as well, but. Okay, so I'm gonna go up, but not quite into the line on the top. I want, because we're gonna come in with that purple. So come close to it, and then that purple will go on the line. So split stitch, you could also go down in your threads rather than up. The only problem is, do you see how you can kind of see it a lot more? I forget sometimes. I'm gonna pull those 2 out. It doesn't make it as smooth of a transition. So like going down creates a different sort of texture. So if you want it smoother, you're gonna wanna come up in your stitch and go down out of the stitch. I just forget sometimes. So we're gonna try this again. Okay. let's grab our purple. I'm just gonna take my needle and pull this thread out of the way because I'm not done using it. All right. So I've got 3 strands of the purple since I used 3 of the green. I'm gonna stick with that number of threads. Sure, go ahead. Okay, so then we're just gonna go around the edge of this and finish off that edge. You could also, if you're not a fan of split stitch, you could satin stitch these and then outline it like with a stem stitch, or you could outline it. So satin stitch the green and then split stitch with the purple, or just like outline it. Oops. I'm gonna go back with like a single strand and fill this in a little bit. It's a little bit chunkier than I was wanting it to be. Okay, let me pull this down here and get a single strand of purple. Hold on. Okay, let me tie this off real quick. With single strands, I always just tie them onto something on the back because the knots are so tiny with a single strand. So it's easier to just tie it onto something. And then I'm just gonna fill in around this. There, that helps it not be so bulky. Blends it in a little bit more. Okay, here's one petal done. So cute. Okay, what time is it? 10:15. Okay, I have time to do another one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one over here. So I'm just gonna take this and pull it down through the bottom again. and then I can get my green. Okay. And honestly, if I was doing this not on camera, I'd probably do all the green and then I would do all the purple. So don't feel like you have to do it this way. I was just trying to get it done so you could see the whole thing. Fill in that little gap there. And I am not very precise with my stitch sizes, which I just don't think matters very much when you're using a split stitch, especially when you're like, if you're outlining, then I would say you maybe need to be a little bit more precise, but when you're using it to fill in, I just don't think it matters very much. When you're outlining, you'll be able to see the individual stitches a little bit more, so that might be worth worrying about a little bit, but I'm just not worried about it with this. I've got a light bulb that's trying to burn out. Do you guys see that flickering on camera? It's driving me crazy. Okay. I'm just gonna keep working on the green since I've already got it out. I think I'll just do one more little petal-y leaf and then add some purple. Getting there. Okay. Pull this out of the way. Oop. Let's see here. Got a little bit of a knot. Hold on. Okay. Do a nice little outline on this. I cannot believe that we're finishing these up tomorrow. These 2 weeks went by really fast. Usually by the end of the 2 weeks, I'm like, it feels like we've been stitching forever, but this time has gone so fast. It's crazy. Stitches are a little bit bigger than the other one was. Do one more. I'm still going to go back in with that single strand. Oop. I'll do one more right here. Okay. All right. I'm just filling these little spaces a little bit better. I mean, I could still use the 3 strands for this, but I think it just was looking a little bit bulky. So I wanted to keep it a little bit softer. Having a hard time getting that space filled in. My stitches don't want to lay where I want them. Okay. All right. There we are. I'm gonna let you finish the rest of this on your own, but look how cute it is. I'm loving that little bit of purple pop. Okay, tomorrow's our last day. We're going to do the frames on our terrariums, and that will be the end. So let me see how your succulents turn out. So for the purple, are you just doing a straight stitch? Yeah, kind of. I'm still splitting it. Like I'm trying to come up in the green and go down on the edge. Right here for a minute, I was going from the top into the green, but Yeah, technically just a straight stitch since I'm using a different color, but I'm still trying to keep that same texture by splitting the green. So it keeps that kind of consistent look. Okay, let me know if you have questions, and I can't wait to see how these turn out. So let me see them when you're done, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.